Sales of supermarkets' own brand products now account for over half of all the food they sell. But while fans of the more expensive brands insist that they give you a better quality and taste, chef Mark Lloyd, who's worked in some of the world's top restaurants, doesn't agree.
I think we have a little bit of obsession with brands. I think it's maybe because our parents bought them and we always saw them growing up.
Mark's confident that if you make two versions of the same dish, one with ingredients from the best-known big names and the other with cheap and cheerful supermarket-owned brands, you won't be able to guess which is which.
I really don't think you can tell the difference between premium and economy ingredients once they're blended together. And I'm so sure of this, I'm going to prove it.
We asked Mark to make a simple spaghetti bolognese for four. It's basically mince, pasta, tomatoes, some herbs, and a sprinkling of cheese. He's been out to buy the ingredients twice.
Okay, one set of ingredients is from the branded range, all the brands that you know and love in the supermarkets. The other is from their own range, their kind of budget or their own labelled range.
The ingredients for our spag bowl from the bigger brands costs £5.49, but the supermarket's own brand versions added up to just £2.49. That's a 50% saving. So let's get cooking.
Okay, there are a few things you shouldn't really scrimp on that are worth spending a few extra pennies on. Whole pieces of meat, so for roasting joints, whole chickens, things like that. Fresh fish and vegetables and fruit are always worth spending a little few extra pennies on. But things like your tinned goods and jars of things like tomato puree, are worth shopping around for and getting the best deal on. Well, I think that's going to be a tough one to pick.
So the two versions are ready, and on standby are three of Mark's staff who reckon they know they're bland from their brand. Dish 1 is the cheaper version, and dish 2 is the branded one. Waitress Danielle goes straight to the expensive dish. And then it's waiter John's turn to see if he can spot the difference.
And now the Italian, making pasta for an Italian.
Yeah, nothing should get past Chef Matteo. But let's see which dish the three of them prefer.
So, which one do you think's got the most expensive ingredients in?
Number 2.
So, number 2?
Yeah.
You think?
I think this one.
You think number 1?
Yeah.
Matty, split decision.
1.
Number 1?
Yeah.
So I can tell you that that was the more expensive ingredients. That was the cheaper ingredients. So you picked the more expensive, and you guys picked the cheaper one.
Now, that's hardly a scientific test, but considering 2 out of the 3 went for the cheaper dish, maybe it is true that when it comes to brands versus own labels, paying less doesn't mean you'll end up scrimping on flavour too.
Well, I think that just goes to show you can create amazing food with non-branded ingredients. Try and go out there and find yourself a bargain. Meanwhile, I'm off to finish this. Thanks.